Are you ready for a journey into the unknown, from the depths of the ocean to the vastness of space? Join us as we explore bizarre sightings, unexplained phenomena, and encounters that defy logic. A bright, sunny day, a canvas of blue sky. Suddenly, something darts across the heavens, and then vanishes.
Bruh.
Look, there's something flying through the air. Oh, what the fuck was that?
What is that? A dark shape, far too small for an airplane, zipping through the clouds. Could it be a bird, a drone, or something far more enigmatic? A flying human, or maybe, just maybe, a visitor from other world. It disappeared too quickly to be sure. This is fascinating. Think about the people filming. They must have seen it earlier, or why randomly shoot a video of clouds?
There's something flying through the air. Oh, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Their voices are filled with excitement and surprise. Are they hoping for an alien encounter? Does that mean this object is so strange, the only possible explanation is otherworldly? The thought of visitors from beyond our planet is thrilling. Let's just hope they're not the world-destroying kind from the Independence Day movies. I've seen some strange things, but this footage genuinely gives me the creeps. It's nighttime, security footage of what seems like a walled compound, with trees in the background. So far, so ordinary, but watch what emerges from the bottom right of the screen, racing along the wall. Can we even call them creatures? They're more like shifting shapes too fast and blurry to identify in this darkness. Yet, on closer inspection, there's something almost comical about them. Like mischievous ghosts from Ghostbusters. Eerie indeed. Just when you think it can't get weirder, it does. Watch those last two shapes. They collide and burst, not with blood but something hazy. Wisps of smoke, maybe. They fall within the compound walls. Yet the other shapes just keep running, disappearing into the night. If it were just the creatures, you might dismiss them as unfamiliar animals obscured by the dark. But that burst, the strange substance, there's no easy explanation for that. Perhaps analysis of whatever fell within the compound could solve this mystery. For now, well, the night feels a bit colder, a bit less safe, and a lot less familiar. The legend of Bigfoot refuses to fade. Every so often, new footage or photos emerge, reigniting the debate about this elusive creature. But there's never enough proof to definitively solve the mystery. Let's see if this next clip changes things.
Can you see it? I don't see anything.
Look at the size of that thing!
Dude, that's not a bear! That's not a bear! That's not a bear!
Two men are seeking peace and quiet in the woods near Ashigan Lake. But they hear a strange sound, a rhythmic knocking, like a colossal woodpecker from the nearby trees. Drawn by curiosity, they investigate, half expecting to find a bear. As they venture closer to the trees, something moves. A clear view is impossible. An uneasy feeling settles in. Then they capture this footage and quickly retreat. It's fleeting, but can you see it? That upright walk, that casual stride, ignoring the men completely, as if they weren't even there. It's undeniably creepy. Yet, like so many other sightings, this isn't enough to settle the Bigfoot question. It's a tantalizing glimpse, enough to pique our interest, but not enough to satisfy it. The mystery of Bigfoot endures, fueled by moments like this. One thing is certain, the wilderness holds secrets far stranger than we imagine. Truth, as they say, is stranger than fiction.
Mak, bisa coba kedip leader.
Even the most imaginative science fiction writers couldn't dream up what you're seeing. What is it? Honestly, I'm not sure. Those who captured the footage claim it's a newborn shark. Putting my skeptical hat on, the best I can tell you is this. We're looking at some kind of mutant baby shark with an eerily human-like face. It's truly one of the strangest creatures I've ever seen, and believe me, our oceans are filled with oddities. Sure, it might even be a little cute now, but imagine it full grown. A 30-foot shark with that same face. Suddenly, the cute factor vanishes, doesn't it? Let's hope this is just one of nature's bizarre quirks, and not something far more sinister. A lab experiment gone wrong. Or worse, a lab experiment gone horribly right. What if some twisted genius wanted to create a monster, and succeeded? That's a terrifying thought indeed. Let me warn you, our next clip is the stuff of nightmares. If you're here for truly unsettling footage, this is for you.
Turn the light on. Sounds like it's in the corner.
What the fuck is that? Shit! Which way's the exit? Which way's the exit?
A group of teenagers seeking a thrill decide to explore an abandoned house under the cover of darkness. The air is thick with decay. Shattered glass and filthy rags litter the floor. It's thrilling. Until it isn't. From down the hallway, a strange sound echoes.
Shh. Turn that off. Yeah, turn the light off.
Fear creeps into their voices as they try to pinpoint the source. Recklessly, perhaps driven by terror, they turn off their flashlight. Growls erupt, rising in intensity and aggression. They flick the lights back on, revealing a creature lurking behind the walls. In an instant, they bolt. The creature's snarls grow louder, as if in pursuit.
Turn the light on. Sounds like it's in the corner.
What the fuck is that? Shit!
Some of them escape, but the video ends abruptly. Did everyone make it out alive? If this isn't staged, it's one of the most terrifying pieces of footage I've seen. This obsession with exploring haunted places is beyond me. Is the thrill truly worth risking your life? Whatever that creature was, it was clearly dangerous. This wasn't some homeless person seeking shelter. This was something far more sinister. Heed my advice. If you ever find yourself in a similar situation, turn around and run. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. Moving from the realm of the seemingly supernatural, we encounter a marvel of the natural world. At first, it seems like twigs and leaves, until it moves, legs like spindly branches, a body that perfectly mimics dead foliage. This insect's camouflage is extraordinary. Nature, endlessly inventive, has sculpted a true wonder. But how did evolution create such a deceptive creature? The key likely lies in its mastery of disguise. Looking out of place among those stones, its survival depends on vanishing within its surroundings. Predators pass by, completely oblivious to the life disguised as debris. This strange creature reminds us that even the most bizarre and improbable forms have their place in the grand tapestry of life. What might seem impossible is, in fact, a testament to the astonishing power of adaptation. A few videos ago, we saw a creature that sent chills down our spines. But what if the most terrifying things are those we can't see? This footage appears to be from an abandoned hospital. We can hear ragged breathing. Whoever's holding the camera is clearly frightened. They seem to be searching, perhaps following a sound. The echoing rooms are empty, bathed in an eerie stillness. Then it happens. That curtain shifting on its own. The person dares to investigate and finds nothing. This seems to be the final straw. Now tell me, what's more terrifying? A monstrous creature you can see, or a presence you can't? I, for one, can't decide, no matter what skeptics might say. There's no easy explanation for that curtain. If you ask me, there are forces in this world that defy logic, whether they're harmless or something far more sinister. Well, that's the truly chilling question. They say some primates, like chimpanzees and capuchin monkeys, have entered their own Stone Age. But here's one gorilla, clearly determined to follow the evolutionary playbook to the letter. Check out this gorilla at the Philadelphia Zoo, strolling upright like a human. Look at that casual stride, as if this is the most natural thing in the world. This ambitious ape must have paid attention in science class. It clearly knows humans walked upright millions of years before figuring out those handy stone tools. So, unlike its tool-wielding cousins, this gorilla seems committed to mastering one evolutionary step at a time. Let's return to the realm of the unsettling. This next clip will send shivers down your spine. Someone in a high-rise building has spotted something deeply unnerving. Something in the ruins of an abandoned building across the way. What is that figure? It seems humanoid, but distorted, skeletal even, and the face. Is it blurred or simply lacking recognizable human features? Those fluid movements, as if it glides instead of walks. And notice how it seems aware of the camera. The person filming is in the opposite building, and on a much higher floor. Yet, the creature notices them and moves away out of sight. With each bizarre encounter like this, the question grows louder. If even one of these sightings is real, our world is far more terrifying than we realize. How can we go about our lives as if everything is normal? We return to the realm of the unexplained. This footage appears to be from inside a seemingly ordinary office space, but appearances can be deceiving. Watch that bag. It flies out the window as if hurled by an unseen force. A board falls from the wall. A chair shifts ominously. What's going on? The person filming has nerves of steel. Even the cabinet door is pulled open. Yet they stand their ground, continuing to record. It doesn't add up. If I were there, I'd be out the door the moment that bag took flight. This footage raises doubts, yet if it's genuine, it's the stuff of nightmares. I can't imagine facing such inexplicable phenomena. The sheer terror might be enough to stop my heart. The animal kingdom is full of wonders, but sometimes those wonders take a decidedly strange turn. Witness this bizarre display, not human, but ants, engaged in a seemingly endless ritual. What's going on here? They circle a stone, relentlessly following one another. A few ants venture near the center, but the majority simply march in this strange loop. Animals act on instinct, food, survival, reproduction. So what drives this behavior? Similar phenomena have been observed with other insects, but the reason remains elusive. If any of you know the answer, please share your knowledge in the comments. We've encountered true mysteries, but surely this isn't one. There must be a logical explanation for this hypnotic ant spiral. From the depths of the ocean, we now turn our gaze skyward. Prepare for something truly strange in this clip from Davison, Michigan.
There's another one coming down.
What on earth are those fiery streaks? My first thought. Transformers in disguise, though obviously a less flashy entrance than in the movies. Could these be alien visitors entering our atmosphere, or are we seeing meteors burning up? Perhaps this is something closer to home. Some advanced top-secret technology, or even a natural phenomenon we haven't quite figured out yet. Whatever the answer, it's certainly captivating. And check out that brilliant sky, sunset, or maybe sunrise. A breathtaking reminder that nature holds both extraordinary beauty and spine-tingling mystery. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. As we reach the end of our journey, let's stay true to the spirit of this channel and wrap up with some truly bizarre clips. Feast your eyes on this. A strange sea creature washed ashore lifeless. What on earth is it? I've never seen anything like this. Thank goodness it's dead. I wouldn't fancy meeting that thing alive. Just look at its massive size and its bizarre shape. It doesn't resemble any known fish, whale, or octopus. This brings to mind those classic tales of sea monsters. Perhaps something like what Jules Verne described in Journey to the Center of the Earth. Could those legends hold a grain of truth? We've barely explored 5% of our oceans. We can't dismiss the possibility of creatures unknown to science. After all, our planet is mostly water, with 95% still shrouded in mystery. There are undoubtedly countless wonders, and perhaps even terrors lurking in the depths of this strange little world we call home. If the depths of our oceans hold such mysteries, imagine the secrets hidden in the vast expanse above us. The scale of the cosmos is almost impossible to grasp. But what's this? A blazing orange light in the sky. This does not look earthly at all. Nothing we've built resembles that. Look closely. A dense central core. Then streaks of light on either side. What could it be? Could we be witnessing a genuine unknown flying object, or what they now term an unidentified aerial phenomenon? It's undeniably beautiful, yet beauty can be deceptive. And that slow, almost hovering motion. It feels purposeful. What in nature could do that? I'm not sure what to think. But I hope with all my heart that whatever this is, it means us no harm. Speaking of unknown flying objects and aliens, here's a scene that seems ripped straight from science fiction. The fact that this purports to be real footage is what makes it chilling. Remember the iconic Star Trek line, "Beam me up, Scotty." That phrase fueled generations of dreams about cosmic exploration. But what if we don't need a starship? What if the transporter already exists? If this clip is genuine, everything we thought we knew might be wrong. One moment, two guys are casually walking. Then, a beam of light descends on the man to the right, and he vanishes in a flash. His friend is understandably terrified and flees. Seconds pass, then another beam, and the missing man reappears, seemingly falling from the sky. What just happened? Is this truly a real-life transporter? I can't imagine any other explanation. unless someone can prove this footage is faked, I'm sticking with the wild idea that this is some kind of teleportation technology. But should we be thrilled or horrified? Who's operating this transporter? And what are their intentions? I just hope there are people smarter than me trying to figure out the answers to these questions. Ever had that dream where you're sprinting away from something through a desolate forest, feeling that spine-chilling fear? Well, this video, captured by a hiker in a Canadian forest, brings that very scenario to life. The clip starts with the camera capturing the shaky view of the forest trail, accompanied by heavy breathing from the cameraman, who's clearly running from something in the forest. Amidst the running, the hiker is also screaming, and the genuine fear in his screams is palpable. He pans the camera around, attempting to catch a glimpse of whatever is chasing him, but fear strikes again, and he continues his frantic dash for safety. After moments of continuous screaming and running, when the hiker finally turns the camera back, it captures a humanoid figure in pursuit. This humanoid figure in pursuit appears to be a naked human, but with a muscular and robust build. As the figure closes in on the hiker, the video abruptly ends. The intensity of the hiker's breaths and screams creates a truly frightening atmosphere. To me, imagining the hiker alone with no one to help adds another layer of fear to this unsettling encounter. I recently stumbled upon this cool video on TikTok showing the game changer that polarized glasses can be, especially during water-related activities like fishing. In the clip, a fisherman demonstrates the incredible benefits of wearing polarized glasses in such situations. First, he captures the view without the glasses, and it's a bit unclear, like looking through a foggy window. But then, he puts on those magical polarized glasses, and suddenly, it's like a whole new world underwater.
With polarized lenses.
The once hidden underwater realm becomes crystal clear. You can see fishes casually swimming around, making it a breeze to target your catch. It's not just about fishing either. These glasses can spot potential wild creatures like crocodiles, or anacondas that might be camouflaged by the haze. The polarized glasses cut through the murkiness, letting you see what's really happening beneath the surface. It's like having a superpower for your eyes, making your water-related activities safer and more exciting. Next, we have a chilling video straight from Japan that's sure to send shivers down your spine. A local caught something downright eerie on camera. The video is set on a regular street, but the person filming isn't focused on the everyday hustle and bustle. Their attention is drawn to a tree, and what they capture is nothing short of supernatural. Perched on a branch is a creature that can only be described as bat-like. But that's not all. As the camera zooms in, the creature reveals more of its features, a humanoid body and two pointy ears. It's like something out of a gothic horror story, resembling the infamous gargoyles seen in architecture from that era. Gargoyles, those creepy carvings representing evil creatures, animals, and sinful humans. After a moment of just chilling on the tree, our gargoyle-looking friend takes flight, leaving the onlooker in shock. Now, here's the really hair-raising part. This isn't a one-time thing. Locals in other parts of the town have reported spotting similar creatures. The video ends, but the mystery lingers. If you are... Meet the star of the What Were They Thinking? A person who decided to take a stroll in a Bigfoot suit in the middle of a forest, perhaps full of hunters. A guy recorded the incident, witnessing a man donned in a Bigfoot suit walking in the forest. Initially mistaking him for an actual Bigfoot, the man soon noticed a bald spot on the person's head, realizing it was a human in a costume.
Stupid to walk out here in a suit. Get shot.
The strange aspect was that this person put themselves in significant danger by wearing a Bigfoot suit in a forest full of hunters. This incident raised several questions, such as the motive behind the person's actions and why they chose to venture into a forest where other hunters could possibly be, while wearing a Bigfoot suit. Despite the visible bald spot, the person's body, from a distance, convincingly resembled the mighty Bigfoot. Even for the experienced eyes of a fellow hunter, the cameraman found it challenging to distinguish the individual. Embarking on late-night drives down quiet roads can lead to encounters that defy explanation. Recently shared on Reddit, this video features a dashcam recording from a car, capturing a man's eerie drive to his night shift. Cruising along his usual desolate route, the driver comes face to face with something out of the ordinary, sitting right in the middle of the road. Spotting the mysterious figure from a distance, the driver cautiously brings his car to a stop. The camera captures the driver's stunned reaction as he grapples with comprehending the strange sight in front of him.
Okay, that's a bit scary.
Yeah,
That's a bit scary.
that is very scary.
Realizing that this creature isn't anything natural, the driver wisely shifts into reverse and heads back. Upon closer inspection of the figure, it appears to resemble a ghost taking on the form of a woman draped in all-white attire with flowing hair. Witnessing such an otherworldly apparition, it seems the driver made a good decision in reversing away, as the intentions of this spectral figure don't appear to be innocent. Our forests hold mysteries and fascinations beyond our comprehension, and sometimes humans stumble upon things that boggle the mind. In this video, a hiker makes a confusing discovery: a strange-looking creature in the heart of the forest at night. At first glance, it resembled a bobcat, but upon closer inspection, the creature's weird features became apparent. Though it had bobcat-like ears, its face was unusually wide, and the gap between its eyes raised eyebrows. What truly sends shivers down my spine is the creature's intense stare at the hiker. The eyes exude an eerie, almost evil quality, leaving a chilling impression that its intentions might not be as innocent as they seem. Ever heard the advice to climb to a high place if you encounter a bear? Well, this video might make you think twice. Recorded by villagers, the footage unfolds with a group of men standing on the roof of a house, looking visibly frightened. One of them is wielding a long piece of log, presumably to fend off an approaching threat. Suddenly, the cause of their fear enters the frame: a hefty bear. The bear, determined and unfazed, climbs on the wheat stacks and uses them as a makeshift ladder to reach the roof. Witnessing this, panic ensues, and everyone starts sprinting for their lives. The bear, seemingly irritated or agitated, picks a target and chases them off the roof. Despite the tense situation, some villagers appear to be smiling, suggesting they may have experience dealing with such bear encounters and knew how to handle the situation. This video was recorded back in 2013 when a guy was hiking in the mountains and heard breaking branches close to him. Scared, he tried hiding and then looking for what was causing it. Soon enough, he was able to uncover the scary reason behind the sounds. Quite close to the guy, the creature remained half hidden in the bushes and trees. Its whole body was covered in thick, dark hair. The man remained hidden, trying his best to not be seen by the creature, or else it would have ended very badly for him. I don't know if it's just my imagination, but the creature seemed to be reaching with its arm, which I don't think a bear would do. You could see part of that tree moving like it was picking leaves. For me, it looked like it was Bigfoot. Also, it had a unique color. And I've heard people describing Bigfoots as having a mixture of colors like this creature. Could it be Bigfoot, or am I mistaken? And this is just a bear caught at just the right moment. There are times when humans come across a sight that takes them back to the mythological world. Something exactly like that happened in 2015 in Thailand when locals saw a buffalo giving birth to a scary creature. Although the animal was born to a healthy buffalo and had the hooves, body, and limbs of a mammal, it also had strange reptile-like scales and an elongated snout. And candles were lit around the calf, as locals believed it would bring them good luck, while humans' imagination and mind ran wild with the poor calf, assuming it to be an omen, or, for some, a mutation mix of a crocodile and a buffalo. In reality, it was just a baby with a skin disorder, resulting in it being scaly like a reptile. In 2016, a farmer in China came across a creepy sight. He was all excited for his pig who was soon to give birth. However, when it did, it wasn't exactly what the farmer was expecting. The piglet had 2 heads attached to one tiny body. It had 2 snouts and 3 eyes. According to the farmer, he did not feed the pigs anything toxic, so that could not be the reason. From the looks of it, the piglet appeared healthy, drinking milk and even eating like normal animal babies do. However, how long would it survive remained a question. I don't know why, but this is certainly not the first case I hear of such mutations. These kinds of things seem quite common in China, as animals with 2 heads or other mutations keep getting born every few months, but they don't survive for too long. I wonder why that is the case. Storms are pretty scary to even look at from afar, but imagine being right in the middle of one. This is exactly what happened in this clip, where a man somehow managed to record all the chaos that was happening around him as a strong storm hit his house. At the start, the winds were not that strong, but within seconds, the whole scenario completely changed, and the car, the bins, and whatever was on the street started being pushed around. Even the trees, with such strong roots in the ground, couldn't hold the ground and broke into half. God knows how the man was able to stand there and record it all, and why he did not try to rush inside to somewhere safe. I am sure I wouldn't hang around with all this hell going around me. It literally took a few seconds for the whole scene to turn from peaceful to chaotic, and I guess that's how powerful nature is. If you guys love going to the beach for a nice sunny day and to get some needed tan, this clip will have you thinking twice before planning your next trip. This clip was recorded a couple of years ago when a huge wave hit the coast, although I am not sure exactly where this is filmed. At the start of the clip, it looks like just a normal day on the beach. There was no water beyond the limits. However, in a matter of seconds, a huge wave hit, dragging with it everything around. The cars, the huts, and everything that was there completely vanished, with nothing but water in the sight everywhere. The guy who was recording it all was safe since he was standing on top of the building, but considering the flow, it would not be surprising if the water took the building down as well. I don't know if that was the case here, but I have to warn you, if you find yourself at a beach and see the waters retreat a lot, you need to run. A big wave is coming your way. Recorded years ago, this clip had everyone in shock as they laid their eyes on it. It was in India that some locals saw a weird animal roaming around their village. Not knowing what it was, they caught it and got it caged. At first, I thought that it's a dog with some skin disease, but it does not really look like a canine. The body shape resembles more of a rat. Was it some species that had somehow hidden from human eyes till today? Or was it just an animal with some abnormality that got way too big? When it was uploaded on the internet, Everyone had their own opinions. However, I can't say for sure which is the true one. Anyone has any explanation? Zoos have been keeping animals for so long, feeding them whatever they can. However, this zoo's staff was recorded feeding something out of the ordinary to a few of their animals: blood. Vampire bats are known for their liking of blood, and that's the main thing they live on. So, to keep them alive and healthy, the zoo makes sure to give them enough blood when they need. In the clip, we can see how they have arranged a number of tiny bowls which they fill with blood, and then the bats come to the ground to drink from them. This non-traditional way might freak you out, but that's the only way to keep these bats healthy and satisfied. As for what kind of blood the zoo feeds them, it remains a mystery, adding to the creepiness of the whole situation. Although I am pretty sure it's not human, so don't worry. While most people only focused on the buffaloes making their way through the thick snow, not many saw what was happening in the background. While the buffaloes were busy walking around, not just one or two, but 4 massive creatures were captured on camera as well. They remained mostly hidden behind the trees, but the glimpse that we got was enough for us to know that they were none other than Bigfoot. They were huge if we consider their size compared to the trees, and the way they effortlessly moved through the snow tells us that they were not average humans. The footage was recorded by a camera mounted in the area for surveillance purposes, and when the authorities got the video, they were quite shocked. Do you believe this is footage of a Bigfoot family? This video was uploaded by a guy on YouTube in 2017. He recorded and uploaded it to see if others had any idea what the thing he just saw was. Apparently, it looked like an insect, but not one or two. Instead, a whole group conjoined together, clinging to a tree or rock in the creepiest way possible. And to make it scarier, the whole mass was pulsating in a weird way as well. At first, I was shocked and found myself scratching my head since I had no idea what it was. But later I found out online that this mass might be tens of sawfly larvae, although I can't say with full confidence that they appear much larger than they would be alone, and they then wriggle in unison to appear as one organism. I heard before of this kind of behavior, which is triggered in order to incur a survival advantage, because one single larvae would be easy to pick and eat by the birds. Therefore, they form this weird mass and freak every passing being out. But I can be wrong. What do you think? There are sights you see that will always stay in your head to haunt you, and the sight of this donkey is one of them. Recorded years ago, this clip can still have the ability to haunt people. I know it will haunt me for the days to come. It shows a donkey with abnormal growth near its ears and on its face, which looks like an extreme case and must have had this donkey in severe pain. However, its bad luck was that it was in a village where instead of getting proper care, the donkey was made an exhibition for locals to come and have a look at. Without treatment, I suppose the donkey later died due to its situation, although I hope I am wrong. Bad luck can happen anywhere and everywhere. Most of the time, it catches you so off guard, not even the people around you know what to do. This is exactly what happened to this woman, who was having a normal day, shopping and walking around the mall, until moments before she could get on the escalator, a floorboard collapsed. However, thanks to the quick reflexes of the guy who was with her, she didn't get hurt, and he even managed to pull her back with the help of others. I think I always think about this when I get on an escalator, because this is not the first video I see of people falling next to an escalator. While watching this video, I felt genuinely concerned about the identity of this creature and the origins of the video. Unfortunately, there wasn't much information available. In this unsettling footage, we see someone standing in front of a car, signaling it to do something. The creature appears humanoid, but has a rather strange and unconventional shape. If it's an animal, it seems to be naked with no fur on its body. Its limbs are thin, and its head has an unusual, almost alien-like appearance. The way this creature is signaling the car to veer into the bushes and darkness is exceptionally peculiar. What might its motives be? Does it intend to lure passengers there for sinister purposes? The answers remain a mystery. This is the strange sight some hikers found in some forests. Could it be a lost orangutan strolling the forest, or a backpacker with seriously long arms? Or is it perhaps the legendary Sasquatch? The long-limbed creature steps out from behind the dense foliage and strolls through, the camera following its every move. Fortunately, whatever it is, it doesn't seem to be aware of the camera. Its face is ape-like, which would contribute to the idea of it being some type of orangutan. It does not look in our direction, but walks determinedly. I would love to know which forest this is in. Unfortunately, we do not get to see more of this strange creature, but it does raise the question of whether this is a lost species of humans, as we can see how human-like it appears. Glowing white eyes in the dead of night. From out of the darkness can barely be seen a shape, a moving creature. It is rumored to be the Australian yowie. Some individuals believe that yowies could be the Australian equivalent of Bigfoot, although there are different accounts regarding the creature. It is believed that this creature inhabits the outback and other remote areas of Australia. Opinions on the creature's behavior vary, with some describing it as timid or shy, while others claim it to be violent and aggressive. I think it is safe to say that whatever this creature is, it is a terrifying one we would all want to avoid meeting in the forest. With its large forehead, we can almost imagine it to be a gorilla of sorts. Its movements are rapid and jerky. It seems to be hiding, but from what? Does it know it is being watched from this trail camera? These homeowners heard some strange sounds outside their home, and they started recording the outside. And what they saw was terrifying, as the owner started calling someone on his phone. Deep within the darkness, something seems to be moving. The creature remains still to begin with, hiding in the distance and watching. It then moves over to the side slightly and comes closer to the camera. I can't be sure if there is a time lapse on this video, but it seems that the frightening humanoid figure materializes ever closer. The figure is white and large, a skinwalker perhaps. If such a thing does indeed exist, I would imagine it to look just like this. You can hear the desperation in Richard's voice as he tries to convince his friend of what he is seeing.
It's like 35 feet away, and it came out of those weeds. You know what I'm talking about?
At one point, the being looks almost ape-like, until it stands straight again, and then it clearly is not. The creature is very well aware that Richard is there, and it watches him. Richard says something like, "It came back."
Oh my God, there it is, Mike. It came back. Oh my gosh.
Making us understand that this is not the first time he is visited by this. We can only hope that Richard's friend eventually believed him and came to his rescue. This driver caught a strange sight in the middle of the road and had to film it. A strange-looking predator carrying away its slain prey. The only thing really clear in this video is the fact that whatever the animal is walking away, it is carrying the head of a zebra. Where does the rest of the prey lie, we wonder? It is half bush pig, half buck of some kind, a deviant of nature, an amalgamation of beings that hides in the night. I am not quite sure what this creature is. Unfortunately, just as we see the profile of the animal, it disappears into the bush. But I think I've been watching this video too many times. The animal's bottom almost seems pixelated as it trots casually away, which makes me wonder whether the footage has been edited. The animal is indeed casual. It does not seem perturbed that there is a vehicle with bright lights following closely behind it. There is no sense of urgency. This in itself is strange and somewhat unnerving. This video starts innocently enough with a few guys filming something odd in the distance. The one filming makes reference to black dots, but their attention, and ours, is very soon diverted to the large humans scaling the forest edge. We hear the cameraman's exclamation that it is a skinwalker.
Dude, that was a skinwalker. What? Follow him. I videoed it.
Within Navajo culture, a skinwalker is characterized as a malevolent witch capable of transforming into, possessing, or camouflaging themselves as an animal. I was under the assumption, however, that skinwalkers ever only came out at night. This is in broad daylight. I'm really not sure what to make of it. The creature is huge, almost reaching the tops of the trees. Unfortunately, it isn't long before the guys lost the creature, so we can't be sure what it was that we saw. This lady has found one of the strangest looking creatures. At first it does look like some sort of a abnormal rat, crawling without any limbs. However, as strange and alien as these creatures are, there's actually a logical explanation. This bizarre creature is called the rat-tailed maggot. So it is not a rat, but rather a maggot. It is the larval or immature stage of a fly. These whitish larvae measure around 3 to 4 inches in length and possess a distinctive feature, an elongated tail of approximately 1 to 2 inches in length. This tail serves as a breathing tube for the maggots when they are submerged in water. As they reach maturity, the maggots become a nuisance by crawling away from their breeding site in search of a dry location where they can undergo metamorphosis and transition into the adult stage. As creepy as they look, they are completely harmless, so the lady in this video was in no danger. This guy was walking around in a forest, filming as he was doing his stroll, but when looking back at his footage, he found something strange caught on camera. Right at the end of this footage, the camera caught the sight of a strange lizard-like creature which can be seen emerging from a tree stump. The cameraman obviously did notice, as we can see how he freaked. It is indeed a frightening sight to see while walking all alone in a forest. But honestly, I think that rather than a mysterious creature, it is more likely a type of lizard. But even that would be hoping for too much. There is so much driftwood and debris out in the forest that it is quite easily just a strange shaped piece of wood. There are strange creatures among us, for sure. This isn't one of them. These remarkable images, captured by a trail camera deep in the forests of Oregon, have ignited a wave of speculation and wonder. From the very first glance, it becomes apparent that we may be in the presence of the legendary and elusive creature known as Bigfoot. The figure, towering amidst the trees, exhibits distinct humanoid characteristics, captivating the imagination with its enigmatic presence. However, it is the additional element that truly adds an extra layer of intrigue to this already fascinating encounter. Upon closer examination, an unexpected revelation unfolds. Nestled securely on the back of the majestic Bigfoot, a smaller figure becomes visible. This diminutive companion, seemingly a baby, clings tenaciously to its larger counterpart, gripping onto the strands of hair. The resemblance between the two is striking, suggesting a kinship. The notion that these awe-inspiring beings may indeed be a Bigfoot and its offspring opens up a world of possibilities. Could these elusive creatures possess complex familial structures and social dynamics? Do they, like humans and other mammals, exhibit maternal instincts and nurture their young? The presence of the baby Bigfoot lends further credence to the existence of an entire species. Could this remarkable trail camera footage be the key that unlocks the secrets surrounding Bigfoot's elusive nature? We can see someone filming some sort of animal in a ditch that is approaching. The person filming is backing as the creature is approaching. At first glance, one might be inclined to believe that the approaching creature is a bear cub, given its initial size and the cautious retreat of the person behind the camera. However, as the lens focuses and the animal turns to reveal its profile, we quickly see that this is not the case. The creature possesses a unique amalgamation of features: a sizable head, a compact body adorned with a dense coat of hair, and short limbs that convey an uncanny fusion of monkey-like attributes with those reminiscent of a rat. Its distinct form is enough to elicit both fascination and trepidation, leaving us to question the very nature of its existence. As the scene unfolds, our attention is drawn to the creature's behavior. It exhibits a mixture of curiosity and caution, a primal instinct driving it to explore its surroundings while remaining wary of the human presence. We witness its repeated attempts to scale the grassy wall beside the ditch, an endeavor that suggests a desire to evade potential danger or seek refuge in the elevated terrain. The intensity of the encounter heightens as the creature persists in its approach towards the person filming. What drives it to venture towards the human observer? Is it driven by curiosity, a quest for food, or perhaps an unknown instinctual desire for connection? However, just as the anticipation reaches its peak, the video abruptly ends, leaving us yearning for more. What exactly was this enigmatic creature that crossed paths with the intrepid filmmaker? A boy wanders through the woods at night, his camera recording the adventure. The darkness around him is thick, pierced only by the occasional beam of his flashlight. Suddenly, a humanoid figure leaps out in front of him, startling and unidentifiable.
Oh my gosh! Help! Help!
The creature, or person, gives chase, and the boy's steady walk turns into a frantic run. The camera jostles wildly as he flees, capturing only glimpses of the shadowy pursuer. The footage is raw and pulses with urgency, making us question what we're seeing. Is this a genuine encounter with a strange creature of the night, or could it be a friend in disguise, orchestrating a prank in the perfect setting for a scare? In the moment, with adrenaline high and breaths coming fast, it might seem like the former. But reflecting on the video, it feels more likely to be a case of human mischief rather than an unearthly chase in the dark woods. Through the lens of a man's camera, we're guided through the eerie silence of an abandoned city. The structures around him are hollowed out, remnants of life that once filled these spaces. As the camera pans across the windows of a desolate building, a peculiar shadow catches his attention. It's indistinct, lacking a definite shape, hovering in the space where someone might have once looked out onto a bustling street. The ambiguity of the shadow in such a desolate place whispers of ghost stories, the kind that cling to abandoned spaces. Could this fleeting shadow be a spectral resident left behind as the city emptied? While the imagination can run wild in such a setting, I'm inclined to think there's a less supernatural explanation. A trick of the light, perhaps, or a piece of debris stirred by the wind. Even so, in the absence of life, it's all too easy for the mind to fill the void with ghosts. A man's exploration of an abandoned building is documented through his camera. The silence of the forgotten space is palpable. As he turns a corner, the camera shakily reveals the back of the room where an unexpected figure looms. It's humanoid in shape, dark with large, glaring eyes that seem to pierce through the dimness. The sight sends a jolt of fear through the man, and the camera's shake intensifies. This unsettling presence raises a host of questions. Is it merely a trick of shadow and debris, or something living that calls the desolate building home? Or could it be someone or something more mysterious? In such a setting, the mind may expect to encounter the unexplained, and fear can conjure phantoms from the mundane. Personally, I suspect the creature is less a specter and more a play of light and nerves. Yet it's the not knowing that sends a shiver up the spine. From the grainy view of a trail camera, set deep within the forest's embrace, we witness a scene that stirs the imagination. The quality is poor, each frame smeared with the blur of low resolution, yet there's a distinct movement that commands our attention. Against the backdrop of a solitary tree, a shadowy figure emerges, walking upright on 2 feet in a manner that's all too human for a typical forest creature. This shadowy form strides into the frame, then just as quickly, it's swallowed by the dense tapestry of the woods. The suggestion of Bigfoot crosses our minds. It's a shape, a gait that folklore and whispers have long associated with the legendary being. Looking at the ambiguous silhouette, it's tempting to believe we're peering into the unknown. However, the skeptic in me leans towards a more earthly explanation. Perhaps a person out for a walk, distorted by the camera's limitations. In the realm of shadows and myths, truth often remains just out of focus. This is the CTV footage from a homeowner who claims to have had one of most terrifying encounters. We can see a man hanging outside the house with his wife and his dog. Far in the distance, a sound which seems like a strange dog barking can be heard. After a while, it can be heard again, but this time closer to their fence. After a few more moments, the sound was getting closer and closer at a speed it was not normal. The sound changed from barking to what sounds like a bird. The owners were paying close attention now, but not knowing what exactly it was. They went inside the house. The next day, the owner went outside again for a smoke, but this time, the sound was like a deep, slow breathing one. It sounded even closer to him. Given how terrified the owner got, he went to look at the security footage, and that is when he saw this. A strange line of lights can be seen moving exactly in front of him. I am not sure whether this is a strange effect of the camera, or the sounds he was hearing were in fact from this thing. He claims that at the time he could not see anything, just hear heavy breathing close to him. So is this the footage of what appears to be a ghost? From the sound of the language the driver is speaking, it sounds like this footage is from Russia. The road is dark, with the only source of light being the car's headlight. Suddenly, in the distance, we can see a big figure pass in front of the car. The people inside the car start shouting upon spotting the creature, clearly not expecting to be met with this sight. The creature quickly dashes out of their view into the forest. If we slow down the recording, we can see that the figure is pretty solid, with what appears to be hair all over their body. It's difficult to say with certainty what the creature in the dash cam footage could be. Some may speculate that it could be Bigfoot or another type of undiscovered hominid. So could this be an Yeti or Bigfoot? My instincts say yes, however, it could be fake as well. But I applaud the efforts to dress up and go into the middle of nowhere just to film this, if this is the case. What do you think? We can see the footage from a motorcyclist traveling through a forest, but we are immediately met with a very strange sight. Bones scattered around the forest trail evoke an unsettling feeling that something is not quite right in this place. The motorcyclist himself seems to be taken aback by the sight, but presses on, venturing deeper into the woods. The path he's on is difficult, with many fallen trees blocking his way, but he remains undeterred and continues onward, determined to reach his destination. He gets to a point where 2 small trees have fallen exactly on the road and are completely blocking his way forward, just as he's saying in the video.
This is where most people would turn around.
But he goes on and tries to move them aside. Not being able to do so, he tries to get his bike over them. But just as he is doing that, he hears something in the forest. The subtitles from his original video say that it was the sound of someone shouting for help. He hears branches breaking as something appears to be moving towards him. In that moment, his instincts take over and he decides to flee, turning his motorcycle around and speeding away from the source of the noise. But what really happened in the forest that day? Was it just his imagination playing tricks attacks on him, or was there something more sinister lurking in the shadows? The bones scattered on the forest trail and the eerie howling in the distance suggest that this place might not be as safe as it seemed. Who or what could be responsible for these strange occurrences? What annoys me about this footage is that if he indeed heard help, just as he indicated by the subtitles he put on, then why turn around to flee when you hear someone coming towards you? Couldn't it be someone who is in danger and needs your help? But at the same time, for me, it did not sound like shouts for help, but rather as a very creepy howl. And in that case, I think he did the right thing. Picture this. You're inside a car, parked by a snowy forest when you spot something totally bizarre. The camera captures a scene through the window. A big, tall figure covered in black fur, darting from tree to tree. It's blurry, but unmistakably out of place in the silent, snow-covered woods. For a moment, it stops, almost as if it's aware of the eyes watching it. Is it hiding? Is it watching them back? The image is blurry, shrouded in the winter haze, making it all the more enigmatic. Is this the legendary Bigfoot, making its way through the wintry forest, or is it just a guy pulling pranks? The figure's attempt to conceal itself behind a tree, as if noticing it's being observed, adds a layer of intelligence to this creature. This video leaves me with more questions than answers. What was this creature doing in the snow-covered forest? Why did it feel the need to hide? And why did the driver not speed out of there? I know that is what I would have done in their place. What do you think was captured in this chilling video? Imagine a trail camera nestled among the trees in a forest, quietly recording the nocturnal life. The scene is serene. The only sound is the occasional rustle of leaves. Then, out of nowhere, a tall, hairy silhouette emerges from the shadows, sprinting from one tree to another. It's only visible for a fleeting moment, but its appearance and movements suggest something extraordinary. Could it be Bigfoot, the legendary creature said to roam the forests, captured on camera in the dead of night? This brief encounter, captured by the unblinking eye of a trail camera, makes me believe this is the real thing. I also think this is perhaps the most convincing video I have seen in a while. I mean, the footage looks very natural and not staged at all. What do you think? Am I wrong? In this captivating footage, filmed from the safety of a car, we witness an extraordinary natural phenomenon. The camera focuses on the sky, where a medium-sized cloud is behaving unlike any cloud we're accustomed to seeing. Its shape shifts rapidly, and astonishingly, it begins to descend toward the ground. Within the span of about a minute, this enigmatic cloud reaches the ground, but it does not dissipate. Here, the cloud demonstrates an even more bewildering capability. It divides into two distinct pieces. One smaller fragment effortlessly passes through the fence, followed by another piece that separates and also navigates past the barrier. The remaining portion of the cloud attempts to follow, but is unable to make it past the fence, instead moving rapidly along it, as if searching for a way through. At this moment, another individual enters the scene, driven by curiosity to explore this unusual cloud formation up close. He extends his hand into the cloud, discovering that his hand can indeed penetrate and move within it without resistance, confirming its nature as a cloud despite its uncloud-like behavior. I don't know about you, but I have never seen a cloud like this just fall down from the sky and act in this manner. Does anyone have any explanation? In this intriguing video, we're brought into an unexpected adventure by a man and his friend, driving along a seemingly ordinary road. Their journey takes a turn into the unknown when something unusual catches their eye, prompting them to stop and investigate. The camera, held by one of the men, documents their discovery as they step out of the car. Lying on the side of the road is a creature unlike anything they've seen before. It resembles a pig, but with noticeable deformities and an unusually long tail, characteristics that defy easy explanation. The creature appears to be lifeless. Upon closer inspection, the men notice a stamp on the creature's body. This detail seems very, very weird. Was this creature the result of a scientific experiment gone wrong and quickly disposed of? A pig born with a deformity that could not be sent to the slaughterhouse? Or could it be something else? I believe that the presence of the stamp, in particular, suggests human involvement. Yet I am unsure about what the creature is. What do you think? In this strange footage, we get to see something quite strange. The video is shot from a safe distance, with the camera focused on the edge of a river, where an unknown creature can be spotted. As the creature emerges from the water, its size and form can be made out. We're looking at a behemoth that resembles a snake, its dimensions seeming closer to an anaconda. But the issue I have with this video is that at first I thought it looks like a computer-generated imagery, but on closer look it looks like it is covered in a substantial amount of waste or algae. I might be mistaken, so please correct me, but it does look very strange, doesn't it? In this footage recording, by a man from the safety of his home, we see an extraordinary and unbelievable scene. The footage is shaky, mirroring the filmer's disbelief and shock as he tries to comprehend and capture the sight before him. A distinct shape of a horse appears to be flying through the stormy sky. This isn't a fleeting illusion. The figure is clear, imposing, and seemingly defying the laws of nature as it soars amidst the tumultuous weather. The man's reaction adds to the intensity of the moment, his voice filled with astonishment and confusion. Echoing the sentiments likely felt by anyone who would come across such a phenomenon. The appearance of a horse flying in the sky is so out of place, so surreal, that it challenges our understanding. Theories could abound regarding the origin of this image. Is it a trick of the light? An optical illusion created by the unique conditions of the lightning storm? Personally, this could be just a trick, and the shadow could be projected by someone in the sky to add a scary note to the storm. But who knows? Maybe the end times are finally here. What do you think? This video begins very nicely, presenting a beautiful snowy landscape with some mountains raising in the back of the image. However, this tranquil moment takes an unexpected turn as something unusual captures the cameraman's attention. We can spot something between the trees. It appears large and furry, moving on 2 feet through the snow, its gait and form strikingly reminiscent of what many would identify as Bigfoot. Overcome with fear, the cameraman begins to run, seeking distance from that figure. Can't blame him. If we look at the still frames of this video, we can see that the description resembles that of Bigfoot. However, given we are seeing this from far away, can we really say if this is fake or not? This video makes me wonder if this truly an encounter with the legendary Bigfoot, or there is another explanation for such an encounter in a mountain forest. In this video, a man returns to his seemingly empty house, only to be greeted by a scene that defies imagination. As he films, a toy bear begins to exhibit behavior that defies logical explanation. Without a soul in sight to activate it, the toy bear starts walking across the room on its own. The situation takes an even more surreal turn when the bear, seemingly sentient, stops moving when he notices the man's presence. In a moment, the bear then slowly turns around to stare at the man, holding his gaze for a few unnerving seconds before resuming its aimless walk around the room. The man then decides to investigate the rest of the house, searching for any signs of intruders or explanations for the toy's peculiar behavior. His exploration leads to a chilling discovery: the distinct silhouette of a man, complete with a hat, visible in the darkness of another room. The figure's presence, so unexpected and so clearly defined, sends a jolt of fear through the man, prompting a hasty retreat. After a few moments of gathering courage, he returns to confront the mystery, turning on the light to reveal nothing. The room is empty, with no sign of the shadowy figure that was just there, leaving the man and viewers to wonder about the nature of what he saw. This makes me wonder, was it a trick of the light? A work of computer-generated imagery, or something more? Could it be a supernatural presence in that house? In this video, a person films inside a forest during the night, when suddenly the ordinary surroundings of the forest are breached by the appearance of a bizarre and unsettling figure. Emerging seemingly out of nowhere, next to one of the trees, stands a tall humanoid shape. The details of its form are obscured by the limitations of the camera and the insufficient light, leaving its true nature to the imagination. Yet, its sudden emergence and the eerie aura it exudes are enough to instill a deep sense of dread. The video cuts off abruptly, leaving me with lingering questions and a shared sense of unease. This encounter makes me wonder what creatures have been hiding from us all this time, and what lies there into the darkness waiting to attack. In a video captured by a trail camera into the forest, as the snow gently descends, painting the landscape in shades of white and gray, the camera records a captivating scene. The subject of the footage is a large, black furry creature moving with purpose behind the trees. Its appearance and movement suggest a figure straight out of folklore, reminiscent of Bigfoot, a creature that has long inhabited the space between myth and possibility in the minds of many. Due to the distance and the limitations of the trail camera, the details of the creature's features remain indistinct, making me wonder, is that really Bigfoot, or could it be someone playing a prank on us? I am saying this because in the few frames we get of its body and arms, the arms seem very short, human-like. And as far as my Bigfoot knowledge goes, their arms are supposed to be way longer to their body proportion compared to us. In this video, we find a man running into a forest. The shaky, blurry nature of the video, caused by the rapid movement and possibly the filmer's heightened state of adrenaline, initially obscures the reason behind this frenzied dash through the trees. For a brief moment, the man pauses, allowing the camera to focus on what has spurred his flight: a dark, hairy figure moving stealthily behind the veil of the forest foliage. The glimpse is fleeting and details are scant, leaving viewers in suspense, questioning what they've just seen. The chase resumes, with the sound of hurried footsteps and the man's heavy breathing dominating the soundtrack of this impromptu forest thriller. It's not until the next pause in his escape that the camera finally captures a clearer image of the pursuer. Emerging from behind the trees is a tall, bipedal, black, and profoundly hairy creature, moving with an eerie deliberateness. Its appearance for those fleeting seconds is strikingly reminiscent of the legendary Bigfoot. This video leaves me with many questions. What was that creature, and why was it moving so fast that the man had to run just to catch a glimpse of it? What is hiding out there into the forest? This nighttime video, from a driver's perspective, is pretty wild. There's a car stopped in the road, and out of nowhere, this deer bolts from the field straight towards it. Just as it gets to the car, the back door swings open. Now, we can't tell if the person inside the car opened it, or if the deer did some deer magic, but what comes next is nuts. The deer tries to get into the car like it's trying to hitch a ride or something. The person in the back seat isn't having any of it though, and starts pushing at the deer with their feet, trying to keep it out. It's some pretty unusual stuff to see. Personally, I find this moment a bit intense and kind of strange. I mean, you hear about deer jumping in front of cars, but trying to jump in one. That's new. It makes you wonder what got into that deer to make it act that way. Maybe it was scared or confused, but either way, it's a reminder that driving at night can bring all kinds of unexpected encounters, especially with wildlife. It's one of those stories that you'd tell over and over because, honestly, who's going to believe a deer tried to carpool with you? This video shows us a bit of unexpected wildlife drama playing out on a house porch, caught by a surveillance camera. A man is outside, looking like he's trying to figure out how to deal with an uninvited guest. A woodchuck. He claps his hands, probably to scare off the animal, but that woodchuck isn't having it. Then the man tosses something toward the little critter, maybe thinking that'll convince it to hit the road. But things take a turn. That woodchuck isn't scared easily. Instead of running away, it charges towards the man. He beats a hasty retreat back into his house, slamming the door behind him, just as the woodchuck hustles past and out of sight. Honestly, this is a little funny to me. It's like the woodchuck's got guts standing its ground. But it also makes you think about how we're living in these animals' spaces. And sometimes, they're just as surprised by us as we are by them. It's a wild little reminder that nature can always throw a curveball our way, even right on our own porches. This video is from a TikTok account called Sasquatch Watcher, showcasing a sighting of a creature resembling a Sasquatch. The footage captures a view of tall trees, and within it, a sizable and hefty creature is seen passing by. The creature's height and broad body structure are evident when compared to the surrounding trees, suggesting it could be around 10 to 12 feet tall. Cloaked in thick black fur and displaying a humanoid posture, the uploader claims it to be a Russian Bigfoot, a claim not far-fetched based on its appearance. Witnessing such a massive creature roaming the forest is both scary and unsettling. The towering size suggests immense power and potential for destruction. Perhaps it's for the best that these creatures remain hidden and undisturbed in their natural habitat. Whether you're an alien believer or lean towards the belief that aliens aren't real, this video might prompt a reconsideration. Captured from a plane window, the footage unveils a clear sky. As the plane progresses, an unidentified object comes into view, rapidly approaching the aircraft and zipping by in the blink of an eye. The object takes on the shape of a round plate, prompting some viewers to suggest it could be a spaceship from outer space. While my skepticism kicks in, considering the possibility of it being a new government weather equipment or something similar, there's no concrete evidence supporting such equipment. As a result, I find myself contemplating the rare occurrence of a potential unknown flying object sighting. In this world, there are two types of people: those who believe Bigfoot is just a myth, and those, like me, who are convinced they are real. If you find yourself in the first group, this video might make you reconsider. Recorded during a night trek by a hiker, the footage unveils a massive, hairy creature in the forest. As the hiker illuminates the creature with a flashlight, it stands motionless at the edge of the forest.
I don't know if y'all can see that or not, and it's moving.
Its size is impressive, and from a distance it appears to be cloaked in thick black fur. Initially, I considered it might be a bear, but upon closer inspection, the body shape doesn't match that of a bear. The gap between its hind legs and their length doesn't align with what you'd expect from a bear. So if it's not a bear, the chances are high that this creature could be what most people refer to as Bigfoot. This intriguing footage challenges the skepticism surrounding Bigfoot's existence. and invites us to contemplate the mysteries that might still be hidden in the depths of the forest. Ever had that heart-stopping moment when a shadow in your room at night turns out to be just a piece of cloth? Well, imagine that feeling deep in the heart of a Canadian forest. In this video, a camper, venturing a bit beyond his campsite to capture the beauty of the woods, experiences a spine-tingling jolt when he thinks he spots Bigfoot. The shock hits him hard, but upon closer inspection, it turns out to be a false alarm. Instead of encountering Bigfoot or any living creature, it's just a peculiar root system from a tree.
Root system doesn't look like Bigfoot. I was like, what?
This intricate tangle of roots bears an uncanny resemblance to a massive, hairy Bigfoot sitting on a rock. Even as the cameraman zooms in on the roots, distinguishing between a real Bigfoot and these roots becomes challenging. It's undeniably a hair-raising moment for the camper. If I were in his shoes, a swift sprint would have likely been my initial reaction to this unexpected and spooky encounter. Many animals have relatively short lifespans, often shorter than humans. However, there are exceptional cases, such as the one featured in this video, where a creature has managed to live such a long life that it had the time to develop its body to its full extent. Some people stumbled across a giant salamander in their pool. This remarkable amphibian measures 4.5 feet in length, weighs 114 pounds, and exhibits a rough, aged body texture. Although this particular specimen is not exceptionally large for its species, as these massive animals can grow up to 6 feet long, its size is still a statement to the fact that it managed to live a long life away from predators. I know seeing this might be exciting to some, but I would certainly feel a bit scared to spot it in my pool, and I would have no idea how to get it out of there. If you have an intense fear of snakes, you might want to skip this video. The footage unveils a truly rare and strange moment featuring a two-headed snake. Discovered in a jungle, the person recording the video observed this snake feeding both of its heads, one by one. Surprisingly, both heads function properly, engaging in the act of eating just like any regular snake. Despite having separate heads, they shared the same throat and body, allowing the meal to enter the same digestive system. This snake resembles something out of Greek mythology, but it's actually a condition known as polycephaly, which is more common in reptiles than mammals. Although it's a unique biological condition, witnessing a deformed snake can be quite unsettling for us. The snake in the video was a juvenile, measuring around 3 to 4 feet in length. It was fascinating to observe its movements and eating habits. This Reddit video appears as though it's been plucked straight from a sci-fi movie. The footage showcases a weird creature, likely an insect, boasting 4 legs and an unconventional body. What sets it apart is its method of movement, opting to crawl using its body rather than its forearms. Its back features a bizarre, semi-hollow, and textured structure accompanied by a dark and hairy face, giving the creature an overall strange appearance. Every aspect of this creature, from its unusual movements to its strange looks, raises questions about its purpose. Upon first glance, it struck me as resembling an aquatic creature, or perhaps a mutated insect, resembling a beetle or something of the sort. Some viewers who have seen the video suggest that this creature could be extraterrestrial or hailing from the depths of the ocean. However, lacking evidence or details, confirming its origin remains uncertain. Regardless of its classification, one thing is for certain. The creature is both disgusting and unsettling. The thought of it crawling anywhere near my bed at night is something I'd rather not entertain. Have you ever witnessed a disabled ghost? This video originates from a hospital security camera in Spain, capturing a wheelchair moving autonomously. The wheelchair starts rolling, smoothly navigating over a speed bump, then unexpectedly goes in reverse until it exits the camera frame, concluding the video. It's worth noting that this incident occurred at night, and there is no one visible near the wheelchair or within the camera's view, indicating it moved entirely on its own. The eerie nature of the scene suggests a ghost or spirit's involvement. While exploring more far-fetched logical explanations, one might consider the possibility of strings being attached to the wheelchair. However, moving a heavy wheelchair would likely require thick ropes or strings, which should be visible in the camera footage. Yet, none are present. If you are enjoying this so far, consider subscribing. It really helps me keep this channel going. In a stunning video from Indonesia, a fisherman had reeled in the aquatic version of a horror story. The video showcased the fisherman proudly displaying his strange and eerie catch. Initially, the fish seemed ordinary, but as the camera focused on its face, the horror unfolded. The fish had two terrifying mouths, each paired with a set of eyes, creating a truly unsettling sight. Adding to the eerie discovery, as the camera panned to the fish's lower body, observers noticed not only two mouths, but also two fins and two tails, indicating a mutated state. This raised concerns about potential causes, such as oil leaks or industrial waste dumped into the ocean, leading to such mutations. Now the question arose: would the fisherman sell this rare and monstrous fish for extra value? Or would people be too afraid to purchase such a horrific and abnormal creature? We've all heard about the legendary creatures known as chupacabras, those supposedly mythical beings with a reptilian, alien-like body, roughly the size of a small bear. According to the stories, they attack and drink the blood of livestock, especially goat. But, of course, we all know they're just myths, right? Or do we? This video from Puerto Rico throws a twist into the tale, as it shows what many people are calling a real-life chupacabra. The creature in the video appears to be deceased, likely the result of a recent roadkill accident. What's particularly unsettling are the features of this creature. Just take a look at its face. Those horrifying teeth that seem like they could cut through anything with ease. The eyes convey a sense of pure evil and terror, and the lower body and tail look strangely alien-like. Encounters with these types of creatures are quite alarming, especially as sightings seem to be increasing. The lingering question remains: are chupacabras merely myths, or could there be something more to these unsettling creatures? This video takes us to India, where it captures an eerie scene unfolding at 2 a.m. on the streets. A homeless man is peacefully sleeping under a makeshift shelter when a strange and creepy creature, resembling a humanoid moving on all fours, crawls near him. As the creature continues its unsettling crawl, it stops upon noticing a lantern on a stool nearby. Here's where things get even more bizarre. The creature, displaying apparent telepathic abilities, moves the table and lantern without any physical touch. With its telepathic power, the cryptid levitates the lantern in the air for a while before vanishing out of the frame, concluding the video. Remarkably, throughout this strange encounter, the homeless man remains in deep slumber, oblivious to the unsettling situation around him. While the creature itself is undeniably scary, what adds to the fear is the unknown motive behind its actions. The video raises more questions than it answers. leaving us to wonder about the mysterious intentions of this strange and otherworldly being. This video, uploaded on Facebook by a hiking couple, claims to have captured what they believe to be a Bigfoot in the distance. The footage reveals a dense fog in the woods, and as the couple zooms in, a massive creature comes into view, seemingly engaged in its own activities. The initial impression suggests something akin to a gorilla or ape, but here's the catch. The video is from Canada, where there's no native population of apes or gorillas. This leads the couple to believe that the creature they encountered might indeed be a Bigfoot. As the couple realizes the unusual nature of their discovery, fear sets in, prompting them to cut the recording short and make a hasty retreat.
United. Dogs! Woo!
The question arises, is the creature captured in the video truly a Bigfoot? Or could it be something even more sinister and terrifying? This video from the late 2000s started making waves on the internet, showcasing what many people claim to be a clip of an alien creature. In this footage, we are confronted with a bizarre entity seemingly lifeless inside a pan. The creature's pinkish skin, open lower body, and overall appearance give off an eerie alien vibe. While there might be a logical explanation that this creature could be a mutated version of a known species, its deformities and strangeness defy easy classification. It lacks legs, hands, and its lower body is unusually large, topped with a head resembling that of a turtle. Whatever it is, this creature elicits feelings of disgust and unease, and the mysterious nature of its existence raises questions about its place on our Earth among other creatures and humans. If you got so far in the video, it means you're a dedicated viewer. Thank you. And if you subscribe and hit the bell button, I promise to keep posting these for you to enjoy. Want to see what a creature straight from a nightmare looks like? This video, captured by Vietnamese fishermen, unveils a really unsettling creature. When you first see it, it's this huge alien-looking thing with a bunch of moving arms and a body that looks like a stack of tentacles. It's pretty massive, and all the tentacles seem to be doing their own thing. Even though it's super eerie, the creature stays in one spot, and we're left wondering where its mouth is, or how it eats. Some people think the key to its functions is in the central base, while others suggest it might be a rare underwater plant, just chilling in the deep sea because of its weird structure. This video really makes you think about the mysteries of the ocean and the strange creatures that live there. What do you think about this creepy thing from the deep sea? This video, pulled from Facebook and quite an old one, takes us to a strange scene in the middle of nowhere, a drainage system standing alone. After a few seconds into the video, a head pops out from the drainage pipe, and things take a spooky turn. Upon closer inspection, the head bears a resemblance to what many people would describe as an alien. The alien-like creature peeks out for just a few seconds before the video abruptly ends, leaving us with a multitude of questions. Why was the person recording in the middle of nowhere, focusing on a drainage pipe? What on earth, or possibly not from Earth, was that alien-like being doing inside the drainage system? Now, some skeptics out there claim that the video is a result of computer-generated imagery. However, those who argue otherwise point to the seamless blending of the creature's skin texture with the background, making it challenging to believe it's computer-generated imagery. The mystery behind this odd encounter leaves us contemplating the possibilities of extraterrestrial visits, or perhaps just a well-executed, yet bizarre, video moment in the middle of nowhere. Take a look at this creature, doesn't it resemble something you'd expect to encounter in a movie on another planet? This weirdly shaped creature is, in fact, a monkey slug caterpillar, and it often gets mistaken for a hairy spider, or sometimes even for a moldy leaf. The larva of this creature sports 6 hairy arms that curl out on either side of its body. Its extremely short alien-like tentacles serve as legs, and its prolegs act like suction cups, giving it a slug-like appearance when viewed belly side up. Watching this creature in action, with its minuscule legs and oddly long arms, is strangely mesmerizing. In some instances, a quick glance might lead someone to mistake it for a peculiar tarantula. Despite its appearance resembling a nightmare from another world, the monkey slug caterpillar is, in fact, relatively harmless. Scientists have tested the spider hairs for venom and found them to be innocuous. However, caution is still advised. My advice to you is to refrain from touching or grabbing this creature willingly, as individual sensitivities or allergies are variable and unpredictable. In the world, there are 2 kinds of people: those who have researched and believe in the existence of aliens, and others, like myself, who consider aliens to be nothing more than a product of human imagination. However, after encountering this video from the US Air Force, even skeptics like me might need to reconsider their stance. The footage captures the night sky, revealing an unidentified flying object gracefully soaring through the air. This object appears to resemble a spaceship, complete with a plate-like structure and a pilot cabin at its forefront. The video even includes close-up shots of the spaceship's cockpit, where 2 alien-like figures are observed piloting the craft. These beings bear an uncanny resemblance to the aliens commonly depicted in movies. Notably, the spaceship appears to be flying at a relatively low altitude, prompting speculation that, if genuine, it might be navigating Earth's surface. The image captured from the cockpit provides a fascinating glimpse of curious-looking aliens. Additionally, it's impressive that the US Air Force possesses cameras capable of zooming in to such an extent, capturing distant objects in the night sky. This eerie video originates from California, showcasing a family being stalked by an unusual ghostly entity. The footage, captured by a trail camera on their farmhouse, unfolds as the homeowner searches for something in the trunk of his car. Unbeknownst to him, a ghostly figure emerges from the woods in the background. This spectral figure takes on a humanoid shape and, as it passes behind the car, mysteriously bends down and disappears. The homeowner remains oblivious to the presence of this unsettling creature as he goes about his business. Encountering such a humanoid entity in the forest is undeniably chilling. What adds an extra layer of fear to this encounter is the unknown motives behind these creatures' actions. The lack of understanding about their intentions raises concerns, leaving us to wonder if their presence might not be entirely innocent. I am not sure about you, but I would not be hanging around that place anymore. If the previous video didn't already make you a believer in aliens, this one is likely to change your mind. From a security camera belonging to a local company, this video captures the nighttime sky with a large, bright, and strange orb stealing the spotlight. While initially resembling a brilliantly shining star, a closer zoom reveals its odd shape, resembling that of a spaceship. This radiant anomaly remains visible in the sky for an extended period, hovering over a specific area. The local residents have also witnessed this phenomenon, with numerous videos circulating, ruling out the possibility of a mere camera glitch or error.
Disappeared, and I monitored this camera for the rest of the night, and it never came back. So,
if this indeed turns out to be an alien spaceship, perhaps it's time for me to start considering the construction of a bunker for protection from a potential Extraterrestrial Invasion. For more captivating content like this, click here. Thank you for tuning in.